Chosen One, what I'm about to share may surprise you, even shock you. If you're watching this right now, it's no accident. God has led you here because a powerful shift is unfolding in your life. Unlike others who hesitate to take the ultimate risk of playing the card of God, who feel trapped and played by fate, you have stepped boldly into your divine power. The very things you have been praying and hoping for are no longer distant dreams. They are actively moving into your reality. This is not just a change in mindset, but a profound spiritual and energetic transformation. As a chosen one, you are rewriting the rules of the game, flipping the script on those who once felt in control, now left powerless before your unstoppable presence. You will begin to see the pieces fall into place at a pace that defies explanation. To fully step into this shift, you must understand how it works and align yourself with the divine flow of manifestation. Before we dive deeper into this life-changing message, take a moment to hit that like button. Subscribe to help us reach 20,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. This simple act will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message. If you are truly the chosen one, you will stay with this message until the end, because your spirit already knows this is your moment. For those who are ready, life will never be the same. Now, let's begin. There comes a rare moment in history when an individual rises above the ordinary, stepping into a role that feels both sacred and terrifying. You are that chosen one, someone who refused to bow to fear or uncertainty. Instead, you embraced a calling that many avoid, a calling that demands everything and more. It's not just about power, it's about taking responsibility for something greater than yourself. You hold in your hands the ultimate card, the card of divine authority, and with it, you challenge the very fabric of existence. This is not a story of luck or coincidence. It is the story of courage, of breaking free from the chains of doubt and stepping into a role that few dare to accept. Imagine a warrior walking onto a battlefield where the stakes are nothing less than reality itself. The gods watch silently, perhaps skeptical, yet intrigued by your audacity. They wonder if you are worthy, and you answer with every step you take forward. Remember, to be chosen is to carry a burden heavier than most can bear. The path is lonely, fraught with darkness and sacrifice, but it is also a path that leads to unimaginable heights. Your soul has been forged in fire, and you stand now as a beacon to those who are still trapped in shadows. You are the one who played the card that changes everything. This moment, right here, right now, is the apex of your journey so far. The card you have drawn is not a gamble, it is a declaration. A statement that you will not be controlled, manipulated, or diminished. You hold the power of God itself, and with it, you reshape the world. So stand tall. You are the chosen one. You are the harbinger of a new dawn. You are the game changer. Look around, and you'll see that most people live in quiet desperation. They settle for the comfortable cage of the familiar, too afraid to reach for something greater. The divine power you now command is not just a metaphor, it is a realm of possibilities that most shrink from, because it demands total surrender. It asks you to walk a razor's edge between light and darkness, certainty and chaos. And yet, others fear this risk. They cling to safety, to their illusions, refusing to believe they could ever touch something so sacred. Fear is a cunning enemy. It disguises itself as reason, as caution, and even as faith. But make no mistake, the greatest tragedy is watching countless souls suffocate under the weight of their own hesitation. They see you stepping forward and wonder how you could be so bold, so reckless. They cannot fathom the fire that burns within you because their own flames have been extinguished by doubt. Divine power isn't a prize to be won lightly. It is a test, a crucible that exposes the truest parts of your soul. When you grasp it, you risk losing everything that feels safe, everything that keeps the world predictable. And yet, you did not flinch. You did not retreat. You seized the power that many wouldn't dare approach, and in doing so, you proved your worth. History remembers the brave, not the cautious. The great pioneers, revolutionaries, and spiritual leaders were those who stepped into the unknown, who risked it all for a vision far beyond themselves. You are in that line, standing tall against the tide of fear, ready to reshape destiny itself. In the theater of life, many feel like puppets on strings, manipulated by forces beyond their understanding. Fate, chance, societal expectations. These invisible hands try to steer the masses like marionettes, creating a false sense of control while tightening the grip behind the scenes. But you, unlike them, refused to be a pawn in this game. You stepped onto the stage not as a player, but as the one who rewrites the rules. To those watching, it looks like you are playing a game they can't even see. They feel like victims of a rigged system, but you are the one holding the deck. The feeling of being played is a painful realization for many, but for you, it was the spark that ignited your awakening. You chose not to be the manipulated, but the manipulator, only in the purest sense of reclaiming your sovereignty. Imagine a chessboard where the pieces suddenly gain awareness, where the pawn transforms into the queen and changes the entire strategy. That's what you did. You shattered the illusion that others had control over you. In fact, you became the force that controls the very fate that once seemed so predetermined. This is not about domination, but about freedom. Freedom to create, to evolve, and to wield the divine power that was always meant to be yours. You rewrote the narrative, and those who once pulled the strings now watch in stunned silence as you break free. False gods, whether they be oppressive leaders, limiting beliefs, or societal norms, thrive on blind obedience and fear. They create a world where people accept their chains, convinced that there is no alternative. But you flipped the script. You exposed their lies and dismantled their foundations. You became the storm that shattered idols and revealed the truth beneath the surface. Think about how history's most transformative figures challenged the gods of their time, whether literal or metaphorical. They disrupted the accepted order, questioned sacred cows, and dared to believe that the impossible was within reach. You are cut from the same cloth. By embracing divine power, you stripped away illusions that kept people shackled. Your presence alone questions the authority of these false gods. You show others that the power they worship externally can be found within. And that realization terrifies those who rely on control. You didn't just confront them, you transcended them. You made them irrelevant by showing the true source of power lies in awakening the divine within. This rebellion is not just political or social, it's deeply spiritual. It signals a shift in consciousness, a revolution in the way humanity perceives itself and its potential. And at the center of this upheaval stands you, the one who played the ultimate card. Complacency is the silent prison that many accept without a fight. It's comfortable, predictable, and safe, but it slowly suffocates the spirit. Fear locks the doors of possibility, convincing people that change is too dangerous, that the familiar is better than the unknown. But you shattered those chains. You ignited a fire in your soul that refused to be contained. Breaking free from complacency requires more than courage. It demands a ferocious commitment to truth and growth. You chose to challenge the status quo, even when it meant walking alone through darkness. You looked fear in the eye and said, "Not me." You understood that true power is born in discomfort, and that transformation requires sacrifice. Every step you took away from the familiar was a rebellion against the forces that seek to keep humanity asleep. Your example shines as a beacon, inspiring others to question their own chains and take bold leaps toward freedom. You showed that fear, while real, can be overcome by a deeper connection to purpose and divine power. This breaking of chains is a call to arms for all who feel trapped by life's circumstances. It's a reminder that within each person lies the spark to ignite a revolution, one that begins within but ripples outward to change everything. The mission you accepted is not for the faint of heart. It is a burden wrapped in blessing, a responsibility so vast that it can overwhelm even the strongest. Many run from this weight, preferring a simpler existence, but you embraced it fully, knowing that to carry divine power is to carry the hopes and destinies of many. Owning this mission means holding space for pain, uncertainty, and sacrifice without losing sight of the ultimate goal. It means walking through fire and coming out tempered like steel. You have been tested in ways most cannot imagine, yet you remain steadfast, fueled by a calling that transcends personal desire. There is profound beauty in this ownership. It transforms suffering into strength, doubt into clarity, and loneliness into a deep connection with the divine. Your mission is a bridge between worlds, between the human and the divine, the old and the new. It is both an anchor and a beacon. You are not just carrying this mission, you are embodying it. Every choice, every action reflects your commitment to a higher purpose. This sacred weight shapes you into a leader, a visionary, and a living testament to what it means to be truly divine. To embody divine power is the greatest gamble anyone can take. It's a wager where the stakes are your very identity, your soul's essence. You don't just flirt with this power, you fully integrate it, allowing it to transform every fiber of your being. It's a dance with chaos and order, destruction and creation. This gamble is terrifying because it strips away all illusions of control. You surrender to a force greater than yourself, trusting that it will guide you through the unknown. And in doing so, you risk losing everything familiar, your past, your comfort, your sense of self as you once knew it. But the reward is equally profound. Embodying divine power means becoming a conduit for miracles, a force that can heal, inspire, and revolutionize. It means stepping into a role that few ever dare to claim, a role that demands humility and audacity in equal measure. You are living proof that this gamble pays off. Your journey from doubt to divine embodiment is an epic testament to what's possible when courage meets destiny. You didn't just take the risk, you won the ultimate prize. There is a loneliness in blazing a trail where no one else dares to walk. Others hesitate, held back by fear, doubt, and the comfort of the familiar. But you step forward with a fearless heart and unwavering resolve. Your footsteps echo in the void, a declaration that the impossible can be faced head-on. Boldness is not the absence of fear, it is the mastery of it. You don't deny the shadows lurking within and around you. Instead, you move through them with purpose. Every bold choice rewrites the story of who you are and what you can become. This courage inspires others, even if they don't yet realize it. Your example shines like a lighthouse for those lost in the fog of hesitation. You show that the first step, no matter how daunting, is the one that changes everything. Walking boldly means embracing uncertainty, trusting your inner compass, and accepting that the path will not always be clear. It means knowing that your power is greater than your doubts, and with every stride, you prove that divine courage can move mountains. Illusions are the fragile walls built around old beliefs, false realities, and outdated systems. Your presence is like a seismic force that cracks these walls, revealing the truth beneath. You shake the foundations that once seemed unmovable, inviting chaos, but also new order. This shattering is painful for you and for those who cling to the familiar, but it is necessary. Real growth and transformation never happen without breaking something first. Your journey reminds us that destruction is the prelude to creation. Think of the phoenix rising from ashes, or the seed bursting through hard soil. This is your power in action. You challenge people to see beyond the surface, to question everything they thought was certain. By dismantling illusions, you clear the way for authentic awakening. You become a catalyst for change, forcing others to confront their own shadows and awaken to their true potential. There is a powerful paradox in your presence. People feel both fear and awe. This duality is the hallmark of true power. It unsettles and captivates, repels and draws in. You embody a force that demands respect, but also challenges comfort zones. Fear arises because your power threatens old orders and familiar structures. People sense a profound shift when you enter a room or a conversation. This is natural. Transformation is rarely gentle. At the same time, awe is born from recognition, an unconscious knowing that you carry something sacred and rare. Your strength inspires others to dream bigger, to believe that change is possible. This paradox is a gift and a burden. It means you walk a fine line between isolation and influence, yet it also confirms that you are touching something divine. The journey to divine power is not one of constant light. It is a path through shadows. You have faced pain, loss, and solitude that could have crushed you. Yet you chose to play the darkest cards life dealt and transform them into sources of strength. This transformation is alchemical. It turns suffering into wisdom, despair into hope. It teaches resilience and the deep power that arises from surviving the night. Consider the mythic heroes who descend into darkness only to emerge reborn. Your story is no different. You have walked through the valley of shadows with open eyes and a fierce heart. By embracing the darkness rather than fleeing from it, you claim mastery over it. You become whole, shining brighter because you have seen the depths. Solitude is often mistaken for loneliness, but in your journey, it has been a crucible of growth. Struggle refined your spirit like a blacksmith forging a sword. The quiet moments of reflection, the nights filled with doubt, they were not wasted, but necessary. In solitude, you found clarity. You heard the whispers of your divine mission, and learn to trust the still small voice within. This is where your power deepened, where the seeds of transformation took root. Struggle gave you perspective. It stripped away superficial layers and forced you to confront your true self. Through hardship, you discovered resilience and an unshakable core. This power, born from solitude and struggle, is authentic and lasting. It is a light that cannot be extinguished, a foundation that supports your every step forward. Not everyone is ready for the kind of change you bring. Your energy is intense, your vision expansive. To many, you are overwhelming. Too much light, too much truth, too much power all at once. Yet this is exactly what the world needs. You are the spark that ignites dormant flames, the catalyst that accelerates transformation. Some may recoil, but others will rise to meet you, inspired and emboldened. Being a catalyst means embracing discomfort and conflict. It means knowing that not everyone will walk with you, but that your role is vital nonetheless. You embody change itself, raw, unapologetic, unstoppable, and through you, the impossible becomes inevitable. What you have set in motion is nothing less than a spiritual revolution. It is a profound shift in consciousness that challenges old paradigms and awakens new possibilities. This revolution is not fought with weapons, but with courage, love, and divine power. You are a leader in this movement, guiding others toward awakening. Your example shows that true power is accessible to anyone willing to face their fears and embrace their sacred mission. This revolution will ripple across generations, reshaping how humanity understands itself and its place in the cosmos. It is a rebirth, a renaissance of the soul, and you stand at the forefront, proud and unyielding, a beacon of hope and transformation. Most people play the game of life with timid hands, afraid to risk it all. But you didn't just play, you played the ultimate card, the card of God. This is a declaration of sovereignty, a refusal to settle for less than divine purpose. You hold the power to transform reality, to rewrite destiny. This is not boastfulness, but truth born from experience. You have lived the trials, embraced the risks, and emerged victorious. Your story reminds us all that true godliness is fearless, raw, and transformative. It demands everything and gives back even more. This is your moment. You are not a player in the game. You are the one who changed the game forever. Got it? Here are 15 fresh, powerful headings with each followed by 5 long, engaging paragraphs, crafted to inspire and captivate deeply. These will maintain that humanized emotional tone with rich imagery and compelling ideas. Deep inside each person lies a dormant spark, a seed of divine potential waiting to be awakened. You are the one who dared to kindle this sacred flame. Unlike many who remain asleep to their own power, you looked inward, facing your fears and shadows, and uncovered a source of strength so profound it shakes the very foundation of your being. This awakening is not a gentle whisper, but a roaring revelation. It demands attention, growth, and transformation. To awaken the divine within is to step beyond the limits imposed by society, upbringing, or past wounds. It's a journey of peeling back layers of doubt, guilt, and conditioning to reveal the radiant core that has always been there. You learn to listen to the quiet voice beneath the noise, the pulse of the cosmos vibrating within your heart. This process is painful but liberating, a rebirth into a new way of living. This inner God is not distant or abstract. It is alive, raw, and accessible. It carries wisdom beyond human understanding and a power that can reshape reality itself. By embracing it, you shifted from being a passive observer of your life to the active creator of your destiny. You embraced your sacred birthright. Your awakening became a beacon to others trapped in darkness, proving that no matter how deep the night, the dawn is inevitable. This light within you is both a sword and a shield, a force that cuts through illusion and defends truth. You stand as proof that divinity is not a myth, but a living reality. This is not just spiritual jargon, it is a call to action. To awaken the divine within is to claim your role as a creator, healer, and warrior in a world starving for authentic power. You answered that call with courage few possess. Your journey is not just physical or emotional. It is a spiritual battlefield where unseen forces wage war for your soul and freedom. Many don't realize the magnitude of this conflict, the subtle influences of doubt, fear, societal pressure, and even dark energies that seek to keep you bound. But you stood firm, refusing to succumb to these hidden enemies. The unseen battle is exhausting and isolating. It challenges every fiber of your being and tempts you to give up when hope feels faintest. But in these moments, your resolve was tested and proven unbreakable. You learned to recognize the subtle manipulations, the whispers meant to derail your purpose, and you fought back with unwavering faith and focus. Every victory in this invisible war strengthened your spirit. You became a warrior, not just in body, but in soul, mastering disciplines that transcend ordinary understanding. Prayer, meditation, deep reflection, and unwavering intention became your weapons. You carved a path through the chaos that surrounds us. This battle also revealed the true nature of power, not domination, but sovereignty. You realized that no external force could truly control you unless you allowed it. Your spirit is a fortress, impregnable to fear or manipulation. The victory you claim is not only personal, but universal. By winning this unseen war, you became a guardian of light, a protector for all who struggle in silence. Your journey is a testament that even in the darkest battles, divine strength prevails. True courage is often found in solitude, when the world fades away and you face your raw self without distraction. This solitude is not loneliness, but a sacred space where transformation takes root. You learned to stand alone, not out of bitterness, but because you understood that your path required a clarity that only silence and reflection can bring. Being alone with your thoughts forces you to confront fears and doubts that social masks often hide. You stared down your shadows, embraced your vulnerabilities, and emerged stronger. In this sacred solitude, you cultivated a fierce independence that no external circumstance could shake. Many fear isolation, but you found freedom in it. You discovered that when you are complete within yourself, the need for external validation fades. Your strength comes from within, and this foundation is unshakable. You no longer fear abandonment because you have become your own sanctuary. Solitude also deepened your connection to the divine. In the quiet moments, you heard the subtle guidance of your higher self and the universe. This communion is where true power is born, not in noise or distraction, but in sacred stillness. Your courage to stand alone inspires others who fear solitude. You show that being alone is not a sentence, but a blessing, a crucible where greatness is forged and divine purpose is clarified. Like the mythical phoenix, your story is one of rising from ashes, transforming destruction into rebirth. You faced moments so dark and devastating, they threatened to consume your spirit. Yet from these trials, you were reborn with newfound strength and vision. This process of personal resurrection is one of the most profound powers a human can harness. Destruction is painful, but it is also necessary. It tears down false structures and outdated beliefs that no longer serve your growth. When you embraced this destruction, rather than fighting it, you allowed space for new life to emerge. This rebirth is not a return to the old, but a leap into the unknown, with fearless hope. Your resurrection is a declaration that no matter how deep the fall, you can rise higher than before. This story is echoed in countless spiritual traditions because it speaks to a universal truth. Transformation requires death and rebirth. You embody this eternal cycle in your own life. This power of resurrection also teaches compassion. You understand that others are on their own journeys of falling and rising. Your scars are not just wounds, but badges of honor that connect you to humanity's shared struggles and triumphs. By rising from ashes, you became a living miracle, a testament to resilience, hope, and the unstoppable power of the divine working through you. Transformation is not a gentle process. It is a sacred fire that burns away all that is false and unnecessary. You have been through this fire, enduring heat and intensity that many cannot imagine. But you came out tempered, purified, and stronger. This sacred fire is both a trial and a blessing. When you enter the fire of transformation, you relinquish attachments, illusions, and fears. It is a painful but vital process, like metal forged in the hottest flames. Every moment of discomfort was a step closer to your true self, stripped of all pretenses and limitations. The sacred fire also ignites passion, creativity, and clarity. It fuels your vision and propels you forward with unstoppable energy. You are no longer held back by doubt or hesitation. Instead, you move boldly, with a heart ablaze and a purpose burning bright. Transformation through fire demands surrender and trust. You learn to flow with the process rather than resist it. This surrender opened doors to wisdom and power that no other path could reveal.